Okay, I am at Petites Gap. My mama's where I'm supposed to be. I love you guys anyway, but the people who was like, no, go to Petites Gap by yourself. It is gorgeous up here. Gorgeous. Okay, so it was like super sunshiny, now a cloud just went over, but whatever. It's gorgeous up here. Look. Look at this. Beautiful. Look at that sky. It's pretty. When it gets sunshiny again, I will video again. Check this out, man. Look how beautiful this is. Majestic. Look at that. Wow. Wow. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. Oh my God. It's so beautiful. Okay, this does not do it justice. I know I'm in my car, but I mean, wow. So this video I made was back in 2019. I figured I'd do a repost online and actually explain how you get to Petites Gap, Virginia. As you just seen, there are some maps I posted and some directions. Now, at the time when I made this video and made that map and the directions and everything, it was very, very hard to find actual directions or anything about Petites Gap and how to get there. You just have to know how to get there, like know somebody who can bring you there or has brought you there, and then you just know how to get there, because it is literally in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the Blue Ridge Appalachian Mountains. Now, these directions are not, left on Oak Lane and then go 5 miles and turn right onto Summer Boulevard. No. Once you get off the Parkway or off I-81, it's literally like there's a marker and you got to turn off of this unpaved road, and it doesn't even look like a road. It looks like a driveway, and it's unpaved. It's gravel. It's dirt. It's in the middle of nowhere. And you're literally just winding down this little tiny path. You're driving and winding down this tiny little unpaved path of a road, and it's like left at the tree, right at the rock, 0.1 mile until you get to the bridge. And once you pass the bridge, the swimming hole in the parking area is right before the second bridge. I mean, you're gonna see, I'm about to get into it, but it's crazy. It's really awesome. I love how it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's not directions that you can just look up. Even if you do Google Maps or Apple Maps, like it might take you there. I don't know, but it used to not take me that. I tried to put it in Google Maps, and I've been there with the directions on a GPS, and it did not work on the GPS. I just knew how to get there. I just wanted to see if the GPS would do it, and it wouldn't. But that was back in 2019. Today's GPS, I don't know. But these are the directions on how to get to Petites Gap, Virginia, which includes the swimming hole and camping area. So I'm about to read 2 sets of directions. They're pretty much the same directions, but just worded a little bit differently. So this might help you understand better on exactly how to find where the swimming hole is and the camping area. There's a hiking trail too. So directions from the Blue Ridge Parkway. To locate Petites Gap, Virginia, you just drive to milepost 71 on the Blue Ridge Parkway. And I'm going to pull up a map here, and you'll be able to see where the Blue Ridge Parkway is. Okay, that's the blue line, is the Blue Ridge Parkway. This is coming off of the Blue Ridge Parkway, I believe from the north, coming down, you're going south. So on the Blue Ridge Parkway. And by the way, pay attention to the little cars that are on the roads. So on the Blue Ridge Parkway, the blue line, those are car number 1. And then you'll see on the purple road, that's mile marker 71, and you turn right onto Forest Road 35, that purple road. Okay, you'll see the little cars, and it has a 2 on it. Those are the car number 2s. All right, and then you'll see another car at the bottom, and that car says 3 on it. Okay, that's car number 3. And then if you see right there where the arrow's pointing exactly, you'll see an orange circle. That's the parking area. And you'll see a little RV on this map. Okay, and you see that little RV, and it's circled with yellow, and it has a number 4 on it. So that's where exactly the parking spot is. All right, and then right across that little road is the swimming area, and you'll see the little swimmers, and it's circled green. That's where the swimming hole is. Then you find a mile post at 70. It's just a little post. It's just a little piece of wood that says 71 on it. And once you find that milepost 71 on the Blue Ridge Parkway, you turn onto Forest Road 35. That's the little unmarked paved path that turns into a winding little unpaved path and unmarked road. And it's very tiny. So that is Forest Road 35. After you turn on the mile marker 71. So Blue Ridge Parkway, you see mile marker 71, and then you turn right. You'll be turning right onto Forest Road 35. Once you're on Forest Road 35, that little path, you turn, which is unmarked, unpaved gravel road. It's heading west, and it's going down the mountain. So you descend down the mountain and you wind down for several miles. So if you look at the map that I'm putting up here, that's the purple line. So you're going down the mountain, and as you descend down the mountain, you go down for several miles until the road levels off into the valley. Then there's the first bridge crossing, which I'm going to try to guesstimate here on the map where exactly the first and second bridge is, because the map doesn't show where the bridges are. I can't find any maps with the bridges on it. I'm pretty sure that I can somewhat pinpoint it, but if you look at the map, the first bridge should be somewhere right around here on the purple line. Okay, that's that long winding road down the mountain towards the swimming hole and camping area and parking area. So it should be somewhere right here is the first bridge. Then the second bridge is right around here. This is right past the swimming hole and parking area. Okay, so you do not want to go to the second bridge or past the second bridge. It's before it. Okay, so the first bridge, and then once you cross that bridge, it's going to parallel with water. So East Fork Elk Creek, and cross a small bridge. You'll cross a small bridge with the creek on your left. So that's where the water starts, and you'll parallel the road with the water. So then to find the pull off, you continue past that first bridge then there's a second bridge. Okay. Now, this is the swimming hole and parking turnoff, or the parking area, is before the second bridge. Okay. So the primary pull off for the swimming hole is approximately, once you leave the first bridge, it's approximately 0.1 miles before the second bridge. Okay. So once you go past that first bridge, don't set your mileage to go 0.1 mile. No, you go down and it's 0.1 before the second bridge. So let's say hypothetically you went to the second bridge and you did some back steps and walked backwards. Well, walk backwards 0.1 miles, and that's where the swimming hole and the parking turnoff is. Now here's these set of directions again that I previously posted in this video. So if you're coming from I-81, just read the directions. I'm just saying the directions right now from the Blue Ridge Parkway. Okay, so this is worded a little differently, but it's just about the same thing. So from the Blue Ridge Parkway near Lexington and Natural Bridge at Petites Gap, which is at milepost 71. So remember, you're on Blue Ridge Parkway. You see that little post, it says 71. You turn off the unmarked, unpaved road to the west, meaning turn right. That's that little Forest Road 35, okay? You turn west, which is Forest Road 35, and this is the winding, sometimes rough gravel road. Yes, it is rough. You have to be careful. I do not recommend driving big trucks or an RV or anything like that. The smaller the vehicle, the better. I'm not kidding, because there are some drop-offs that can kill you. I'm not kidding, okay? It could be very, very dangerous driving up and down this mountain on this road. It gets very, very narrow and very, very rough sometimes, especially if it's raining. So be very, very careful and watch where you're going. And especially watch out for oncoming traffic, because if you're on a very narrow part of that road, it's really hard to get around each other. Okay. So after you wind down the mountain for several miles, you just go for several miles, just keep on going, look at the trees and the mountains. It's a beautiful view. Okay. So you go down for several miles. All right. And then the road will level off and cross a small bridge. That's the first bridge over the East Fork Creek. And we'll run along this creek. That's where the water starts. And the water is parallel with the road. The creek will be on your left. So you will then pass several apparent parking pull offs along here, but ignore these. So there's some other parking pull offs there, but that's not where you want to go if you want to go to the swimming hole or the camping area. Okay. So ignore those. Just keep on going down until you cross over. It says until you cross over the second bridge over the creek, but you don't cross the second bridge. The pull off you want is 0.1 miles before you cross this second bridge. Okay. So even though these directions say until you cross over the second small bridge, you don't go over the second small bridge. It's before the small bridge. Okay. And then as you see in the pink highlighted wording, it says this is a great swimming hole, but you must follow these directions very carefully to find it. Yeah. Like I said, it's like left at the tree, right at the rock, go over the bridge. It's not your average kind of directions. Like, you really got to know how to get there. And these directions that I'm giving you right now are probably the best damn directions that there is to Petites Gap, Virginia. Whether to the hiking trails or anything around there in that area. Like, I've literally been working on this since 2019 to help people learn how to find Petites Gap, Virginia, because it's my most favorite place in the world. It's so beautiful there. And it might become your most favorite place in the world. So try to go find Petites Gap, Virginia. It's very fun and it's free. It's not a campground. There's no fees to pay. It's just all natural in the mountains. And yeah, get out in nature, go hiking, go swimming, go camping. The swimming hole has the creek. You can either sit or wade in the water, and there's a bunch of rocks around, and then it has a waterfall, and then there's a long rope that you can jump on and hop in and jump into the deep end, which is at the bottom of the waterfalls, which, by the way, you have to climb back up to the top. So if you can't climb, don't be jumping on that rope into the deep end. You know what I'm saying? You might have to stay at the top or climb down to the bottom. But there's ways to get up to the top. It's not extremely hard unless you just have mobility issues. And once you get to the parking area, the creek is going to be right there parallel, right across the little street, that little path or whatever, that little winding road, that road or whatever. So you park and you just walk right across that little path road, and then you'll see the water, and then it's just a small little climb down to the water. It's just a hill. It's just a hill. But be careful going down the hill. And remember, this is pure nature. Okay, there are bears, snakes, rattlesnakes, copperheads. There's all kinds of animals in those mountains. And also, the Appalachian Mountains, if you don't know, are haunted. So, if you're spiritual like me, I would suggest that if you're not a kindred soul, don't go in the mountains by yourself. Okay? The land is good to me. It protects me, but it is haunted. Yeah. And there's a lot of things that happen, like people disappear and stuff like that, and then they're never to be found. But don't let that deter you. Just be cautious and be safe. That's all you got to do, and have fun. I ain't jumping on that rope. Oh no.